Good morning, this is Shaman Oracle reading, and before I start today to read for the signs again, I thought I'd give you a little introduction to archetypes, and so we better understand the meaning of archetypes, okay? I have the archetype deck from Kim Krans, this one here that I show you, and she gave it the title The Wild Unknown. So I thought we start a little bit to delve into archetypes, and with the archetypes called The Wild Unknown, by reading this guidebook I found out that archetypes have their very own agenda. With that in mind, we quickly move to such agendas. What are they? Well, they relate to our dreams, to our images, to theater, alchemy, and to myth, and so come to bring us to the psychology of human existence. We are led to the depths of our being, and we are told a new story about ourselves. Take, for instance, the image of a mountain, says the guidebook. The concept of a mountain is a mighty image. The mountain is high up there, touching the sky. And so a mountain can appear terrifying. We become so small when we look up there to the mountaintop that we might be really terrified. But on the other hand, once you overcome that terrifying feeling of such a mighty mountain, and you even start to go on a journey up there, you feel most wonderful. You encounter a crisp air, giving your lungs a better breathing capacity, and you might even experience some chilly cheeks and some chilly toes high up there, where the weather conditions are colder than down there where you came from. But most likely you will say it was worth it, my journey up there, in the end. The sister of the mountain is the ocean, and you have entered the realm of any archetypal story by understanding mountains and oceans, says Kim Krans. What does that mean? Well, a mountain goes up and down, and just like the mountain has an inside and an outside, so is an ocean falling and rising as well. And the ocean waves, they are just as mighty as a mountain is. The mighty waves of an ocean can destroy everything with the force they carry. Waves can rise up so high and thus destroy villages, cities, and everything that gets in their way. When we work with archetypes, says the guidebook, we always must have in mind how we all are influenced by family, friends, experiences, our communities, and we are involved also by all our senses. The heart, the eyes, the ears, our minds, who try to make sense of it all, and our hands, who try to take action in every circumstance. So you may ask, where are the archetypes coming from? Well, archetypes, they are as old as human existence. Some people relate the concept of the archetypes to the psychologist Carl Jung, because he worked with the archetypes to get at problems relating to the psyche of his patients. But Carl Jung rejected the idea that he was the creator of archetypes. He always said that archetypes are part of life and that every human being carries them, the archetypes, within themselves. To make it as easy as possible, all we need to know is that the archetypes cannot be denied, hidden, suppressed, gotten rid of, or fixed in ways of changing them in something else, no matter how hard we try. We all have inherited the archetypes by our mere existence. Through birth, they are bestowed on us by the universe itself. And I would say that they have existed before birth. So, what's the first archetype then, you may ask? Well, difficult to answer. It goes back to this old question, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Some might say that the mother, or in that case the chicken, came first, because from this mother or chicken everything derives. The nothing could also be the first archetype, because, well, there had to be a nothing before a something. The seed could be the first archetype, because the seed contains all of life's potentials. Others might say that life began with the one, a god or a goddess, or universal intelligence, or the cosmic consciousness, or something of that kind. The thing is that when we name something, let's say a mother, we also say or establish something called a not mother. So the process of giving birth and the process of being born might be called the origin of the archetypes, energy. Oneness becomes understood more deeply through its separation into parts. The mother and the child, the nothing and the something, the heaven and the earth, and the self and the other. Archetypes have lots of different qualities. They have patterns, universalities, time, and a relation to existence, light and dark, and the use of images. Archetypes always insist on imagination, multiplicity, and the collective, because we are meant to be moved forward. There are also the so-called trifectas, and even though everything belongs together, some archetypes may appear as two separate cards, while in truth they arise from the same archetypal source. They are intrinsically tied together, and such trifectas are the mother and the father, the crone and the shaman, the creator, sustainer, and destroyer, the maiden and the mother and the crone. So that was a short introduction to the archetype deck I will read from today. I will this week do an archetype reading for all signs. It is something new, but I thought it might be fun to try out a new reading. I will not do that all the time, of course, but once in a while. So, I'll see you soon for your zodiac sign reading from the archetype deck. See you soon.